Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 Should You Pull video for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking about the two banners that are running currently, one of them being a new unit. So the first banner is Hwayoung. She's a new unit. She'll be running for 2 weeks. The next banner is Kawerik, an old unit, so he will be running for 1 week. Now before we get into the Should You Pull guys, if you guys aren't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel to get instant updates when my videos release, and also when I go live streaming, because we've been live streaming recently, playing on my 3-star only account, and it's been super fun progressing through PvE and PvP on that account with you guys. So that being said, let's get into the Should You Pull, starting off with the new unit, Hwayoung. So let's go over Hwayoung's skills real quick because she's new. Her S3 is a single target attack that will cleanse herself before she attacks and grant herself immunity for 2 turns, and this will penetrate all of the target's defense. Also, when the target's max HP is greater than yours, it will scale up and do more damage, proportional to the difference of max HP. So it penetrates defense and scales with, the HP difference. So this makes it so that she will be a tank buster for sure. She's going to be a good pick into like the Bellions, the Fallen Cecilias, the tank Rimurus, Mediator Kaweriks, Arabis, just like everything that's super tanky and annoying in the meta right now. You can actually use Hwayoung and probably do a lot of damage with her S3. Also keep in mind this is only a 3-turn cooldown, and you can actually soul burn this to grant an extra turn, so it's only going to be a 2-turn cooldown. So she looks like a very, very strong nuker, and the only problem with having a strong nuker unit like Hwayoung, like LQC, stuff like that is that are they going to be tanky enough to survive after they nuke? And that is yes, because we look at her S2, which is a passive. So you're going to see the first effect is that she cannot trigger crits, which is fine, but she gets a passive attack increase. Kind of like Summertime Hysteria where you can't crit, but you get attack increase. And also, you're going to get reduced damage from crit chance or crit hits. Basically, it means that, any DPS that hits you is mostly going to be on 100% crit, so you'll take less damage. And also, at the start of battle and at the end of every turn, you get a barrier that scales with your attack. Now, since you can't crit and your attack gets boosted because you cannot crit, you're actually going to be super tanky with this thick barrier. So yeah, basically, you're going to have the offensive capability of burning down tanks really quickly, while also having a super strong passive and making yourself a lot more tankier and, have built-in sustain. Now, our S1 is a single target attack that will increase her own CR by 10%, and you're also going to see when you're buffed, you do additional damage after the attack that's proportional to your attack that will always do damage even if you miss. So if you hit a Violet and you miss, which you'll always miss, right, because you're fire versus Earth, and Violet has that 55% chance to dodge, you're going to still do damage after. It's a pretty decent amount of damage. I think in the video preview it did like 5k, 4k, but that's with like pretty bad gear. If you have good gear on her, she'll probably do even more. So yeah, what do you think about Hwayoung so far? So she's a very good PvP unit for sure. In the meta, she's going to be very strong because there's a lot of tanky units that are really annoying to deal with, and the fact that she has a lot of sustain with the barrier every turn makes it so that she's really strong. She also has CR pushing for herself, so she'll be easy to gear, right? You don't need as much speed, you don't need any crit chance or crit damage, you can literally just go like a carrot build, right? Like full attack, full speed, and then full bulk, and you don't even need to focus on bulk as much because you're warrior with high base stats, and also you get that barrier every single turn. So Hwayoung, very, very good for PvP. I think in PvE though, she's not going to be that good because she can't crit. Maybe she can one-shot with her S3 on like Golem or something, but I highly doubt it because critting is very important in PvE because Daydream Joker, very powerful 3-star artifact in the game that does a lot of damage in PvE, actually scales with crit. So if you can't crit, you can't really utilize it that well, making it so that you're probably not as good in PvE. That being said, she is a new unit, so you guys might want to wait for people to test her out. I'm most likely going to pull her and test her out as well and release a video on it in the future, so keep your eye out on that. But yeah, Hwayoung, I think she is worth pulling for late game PvP users, especially users that have like a lot of units already. Like they don't really benefit too much from the triple banner. They already have the Guilty Gear units, right? But keep in mind that we have that Guilty Gear collab coming out with that triple banner. So if you're new to the game, 1, she's not great in PvE, and 2, you need to save your bookmarks no matter what. And Hwayoung is not a limited unit, guys. So even if you don't pull her now, she'll come back in the future pretty soon. And also you can get lucky from your 10 daily summon event right now, or from element summons or something like that, and get a Hwayoung in the future. That being said, let's talk about our artifact, guys. Indestructible Gaiters. So basically this will increase your attack. It's a warrior artifact, and when you make a non-crit hit, basically what happens is you have a chance to burn, and if you have this max limit break, it's 100%. This is only really going to be used on Hwayoung because Hwayoung has that bonus attack, and attack scales with burn damage, so Hwayoung will be the only real user of this in my opinion, and it's probably going to be your best artifact. You can't use Draco Plate because you can't crit, And Sacred Scythe, while it is probably good, and other warrior artifacts are probably fine as well, keep in mind that Sacred Scythe needs you to be below 50% HP, so you're not going to really have it proccing for like the first 3 turns of battle because you're getting a barrier over and over. You already have a lot of sustain. So I think the best choice is going to be her own artifact for herself, because you just get extra damage that way, right? And you're increasing your attack, which will make your barriers even bigger, and your fixed damage or your additional damage after your S1 hit even harder. So if you do decide to pull Hwayoung because you want to use her in PvP, guys, then I recommend also buying Indestructible Gaiters from the Powder of Knowledge shop, because yeah, these go hand in hand. I think they'll work very well together. Similar to Summertime Hysteria and her artifact, I think these two kind of need to be run together. If you're not pulling for Hwayoung though, this is an easy skip on the powder shop. Don't waste your powder for this, and definitely don't chase for copies because this is not limited, so you can always pull extras in the future whenever you want. Not whenever you want, but if you get lucky. So that being said, guys, just to summarize, Hwayoung, not good in PvE, not recommended for early game players, and for late game PvP players, I think she'll be very good in the meta, but keep in mind the triple banner and the Guilty Gear collab is coming out, so you really want to save those bookmarks. You don't want to be out of bookmarks for when that happens. Next we have Kawerik, guys. So let's go over Kawerik's skills. You guys probably don't know what he does because not a lot of people use him. S3 is going to be an AoE attack that silences. This will also penetrate defense and it scales with your speed. So Kawerik's kind of like the speedy opener. His S2 is a single target attack that has a 100% chance actually to strip 2 buffs and then also increase skill cooldown. So kind of similar to Kisei's S3. People kind of talk about him being like a fire Kisei. He also gets stealth, which Kisei gets, and gets increased speed. And then the damage, will increase also proportional to the target speed. And this will ignore effect resist, right? So S3 scales with your speed and S2 scales with the target speed. So your S2 is going to do a lot of damage to fast units. And his S1 is just going to be a single target attack that has a chance to silence, and he's also scaled with speed. Basically, he's used as like a speed opener. The only thing is like, it's not that good. He's not really fast enough to reliably outspeed. And his damage is okay, but, not enough effects. Kind of the same problem with Kisei, right? They're good at opening, and when they do open, it's really good. But after that, they don't really do anything. So Kawerik, easy skip. He's pretty husbando though. I kind of like his design, and if you guys follow the Epic 7 lore, his story is like pretty good. But unfortunately, I don't think he's that great, and you definitely don't want to pull for him because of the timing of the limited banners and the Guilty Gear banners coming up. Next, we have Black Hand of the Goddess, guys. So this is actually not a bad mage artifact. It will boost your crit chance and crit damage. The only thing is you really want this at max limit break, right? Because you're getting 24% crit chance and crit damage. Makes it way easier to gear some mages. I've seen this run on like Top Model Luluka. I've even seen this run on like Spectre Tenebria. The only thing is, yeah, you get a lot of stats, but keep in mind the effect decreases every time you attack. So this is only really used on, in my opinion, like Top Model Luluka, because you're kind of like a one and done hero. And you're going to start losing that crit chance and crit damage. And also keep in mind that mages have a lot of good artifacts. So honestly, I think this is like a good artifact, but it's kind of niche, and there's really good mage artifacts out already. And you guys are going to want to save your powder for the Guilty Gear artifacts as well, because there's some really good ones there. And yeah, the limited triple banner, I keep saying, or not the limited triple banner, but the triple banner is coming out, the group summon, and you're going to need your powder to buy those artifacts as well. So save, guys. I think if you're new to the game, or even a mid-game player, or even a late-game player, right, and you're missing some limited heroes, and you're missing some Guilty Gear heroes, please save your bookmarks. Don't pull for anything. If you're super late game though and you have everything built, and you already have Guilty Gear heroes and you have your limited heroes and artifacts, right, and you're not going to pull for like limit break copies or dupes of units, then you can pull for Hwayoung and use her in PvP. She looks pretty solid. Same with her artifact. That being said, guys, that's pretty much it for this should you pull video, guys, for Hwayoung and Kawerik. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.